Every time I go on my feed, I'm like, oh my God, another company. Okay, how long have you been in business to say that you're going to take my baby, my business to the next level in 24 hours? What's your credibility? Where are your credentials?
Welcome to another Google Business Buzz. Thank you for joining us. It's again me, Henry, and my brother, Jay. We've got a very, very special guest going to really bring in the big guns for this episode. It's our Chief Product Officer, Karain Cash. Karain, thanks for
Hello.
joining us.
Hey
Welcome.
guys, such a pleasure to be here. I see you guys every single month, so I'm very excited to finally get on here. First and last, though. First and last.
Well, Karain, it's our
I'm kidding.
privilege to have you here. We're going to really take out as much information from your brain as we can so that we can provide our business owner audience some real good content. Jay,
Yeah.
give us a brief synopsis of what we're going to talk about today.
All right, Henry, and welcome, Karain. Thank you for being with us. So, everyone, the big topic today is why you should work with an agency in 2024 or beyond. And not just any agency, mind you, but a trusted and vetted partner. This landscape is evolving and changing to such a rapid extent. Every single day, major platforms like Google and Meta are making changes, and these changes will affect you, your advertising, and your business in ways that you may not understand or be equipped to handle on your own. And that's why, in a nutshell, it's so important to, just like as if you were going to get an oil change, yes, you can do it yourself, but you will need some specialized equipment, you'll need to take some safety precautions, and you'll need to have the space to do it. It's whenever in life you're trying to do something with a high degree of skill involved, it's always best to go to a professional. And that very much holds true for our industry as well. So we're going to hit you guys with some practical examples today for what makes working with an agency so critical, even more so now than ever before in today's landscape, and also what that means for you. So Karain, what are your thoughts on kind of where we stand in 2024 and
Yeah.
adding to that idea?
I mean, I think you started us off very well. You covered a lot of, I think, the main points just in that one or two sentences that you gave. But in the illustration you talked about with changing your oil, it's the same thing. I like to say, I stay in my lane. I tell people that all the time. As in, if you are a professional in your area, Miss Hairdresser, I'm going to go to you and let you do what you do best so I can do what I do best, right? And it's the same thing. It's like we're all gifted and talented in our own areas. You know what you're good at. For the business owner, your focus is running your company. You're good at that. You have a passion for that. You're putting your money and your time and your investment in that. So do that, but that might not come along with the skills that you need to have a marketing component that's efficient and effective for your business. So what do? Like I say, I stay in my lane. As a business owner, I would say, let me find someone that knows all of the things, because as you said, in 2024, so many things change. Right, Henry? I mean, just today, we're like, hey, it's just another big announcement from Google. Everything, all of these different platforms that you want to get a part of, they're making changes constantly. As a business owner, I don't have time. I don't have the capacity to figure out what Google's doing, what Twitter is doing. Sorry, now X is doing. Like there's so many changes. And so it's important for you to stay focused on the things that, again, matter to you, that you have the time for, that you have the passion for, what you want to do at the end of the day, and let professionals kind of take over the rest. And one of the things I think that you mentioned, it's like you would have to have specialized equipment. You'd have to, take certain safety precautions. These days, almost everyone thinks that they're a marketer, right? Let's be honest. If you just go through your Twitter feed, I keep calling it Twitter, even that's one of the changes. I don't have the capacity to change right now in my brain, right? X, X, X. Okay, Elon Musk, I can hear him saying it's X. But you're just scrolling through feeds and you see, hey, sign up here, you can do this yourself. And just in 24 hours, you can do that. And, with the advancement of technology, it seems like it's so much easier. But we really have to understand that when it comes to effective marketing, real marketing, it's going to take time. Like you have to put a level of effort into it, and it's not an overnight scheme. If it was something overnight, everyone would be doing it, right? Everyone would be a business owner. Why not? If you say I could just get to the top of Google tomorrow, heck, then everyone in the world would be on the top of Google. It takes time and it takes a process. And so you have to make sure that, number one, like I said, you're working with a team of people that know what it is that they're doing. And so what's important, as I said about team, is the people. That's where I come in. I love people. It's important to work with an agency, yes, but what type of agency are you working with? Who are the people that you are trusting your baby to, your business to, right? Because that is going to ultimately be important. There are many companies. Yes, OMG, of course, I will promote it. I work there. It's expected, right? Just as any business owner, if you were a tow company, you want people to, come to you if they have a tow, or if you have a plumber, you promote that. So yes, I'm hardcore OMG is because I know what we bring to the table. But one of those things really focuses on the people. And we invest a lot of time and effort in making sure that we have the right people. Like my two illustrious colleagues here, Henry and Ajay, you guys are great, right? We have the best of the best that work here. And we're not just some overnight company. Like I mentioned, every time I go on my feed, I'm like, oh my God, another company. Okay, how long have you been in business to say that you're going to take my baby, my business to the next level in 24 hours? Well, what's your credibility? Where are your credentials? How long have you been doing this? What do you know? What do you not know? Because Google has been around for a long time. There are a lot of different best practices that you just have to be in the system to know. And so how long a company has been established is important, because with time comes experience. And with OMG, like we've been here for over 30 years at this point. We've been here, we've seen the .com come, and start to evolve. We were around with on-hold messages, when people had business lines and fax lines, right? You guys remember fax lines? Nobody does it anymore, but it was a thing. And we started there. And so we had the opportunity to evolve with the time. And so the experience that comes along with that evolution, I'm telling you, that is something that you cannot take for granted when you're looking for an agency. Yes, I would hope you choose OMG, but whatever agency that you choose, make sure that they have experience on their side. And back to the people, like we have 100% English speakers here, but we have a ton, a ton of non-English Spanish speakers. I think we have French speakers, not a lot of them, but we have a various, Portuguese. One thing I'm excited about is at the end of the month, we're going to have a culture virtual festival right here where we're celebrating the different cultures that are a part of our team here at OMG, because we have over 17, 18 different countries that make us up. But we're all homegrown, we're all US based, and we're proud of that. But we bring all of our cultures and different personalities and all of our different experiences to the table. So when you're looking at what's important for an agency, yes, it's their time, but who are these people? Are they equipped? Do they have what it takes to make sure that my business is in good hands? And that's exactly what we have here at OMG. And so we could talk about this all day, but yeah, it's very, 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 very important.
You said something super important, and I'm just going to bring it back to what Google always says, right? Experience, right?
Yeah.
They mention this in their organic ranking, in their organic rankings. It's experience, expertise, authority, and trust. Right? So that is it's key. With experience, you get that expertise, right?
Yes.
There's a Malcolm Gladwell book that I read that talks about becoming an expert in your field takes about 10,000 hours, right? Of doing the work, of being in there in the platforms and actually making things happen and understanding your profession and your craft. And I can say that I've done my 10,000 hours and then some, so I know Jay has.
Can I throw in a math quiz? Okay, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who can tell me how many years is 10,000 days? Go. Yeah, for everybody, if you're listening and watching from home too, let's break out the calculator. How many? Go, Jay, you got an answer?
27 years.
27.39 years. I did use a calculator.
Of course we did. We evolved with the times, okay? No more abacus. But yes, Yeah, 27 years. Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, so it's like it's the repetition, right?
Yeah,
The fact that we've been in this, repeating the same strategies that we know are successful, the proven
yeah,
strategies. Repetition is the mother of retention, right? And the same thing we say
yeah,
to our clients, we practice at OMG, right? So you'll see our consistent ads on Instagram. If you've ever been on our website, we're gonna follow you, and that's what we do for our clients. So it's very important in the age of AI
yeah.
that business owners understand that anybody can do marketing, and there's a lot of buzzwords and jargon being thrown at you about reach
Right,
number one in one day, leverage AI, this and that. And we do use AI heavily at OMG. I'm very proud of that. But we have people that oversee these things, and they
right.
understand the strategies involved in making growth happen.
Right, because that's what's important. You have the tool, but do you know how to use the tool? I could have a broom all day, but if I don't know how to sweep, my floor is still not getting clean. So there's a lot of people who throw around the fact that we've got a tool, we've got a tool. Okay, great. Do you know how to effectively use that tool so that my business is, is succeeding? And that's what it's about. Go ahead, Jay.
It's interesting that we speak to our clients all about EAT and experience authority trust. And 2024 and even the last few years have all been kind of banging on trust as a main theme. We saw with local
Yeah,
services ads. We saw with identity verification rolling out to Google
yeah,
ads and LSA. We saw with different Microsoft's competitor to LSA. Just wherever you are on the internet, trust is more important than ever before. And I think that just because somebody can get a laptop and go online and call themselves a marketer, it's important for our audience, you guys, to know that that does not make them a marketer. But there is something that we know that can influence your trust in their claim, and that is verification and credibility. So there are different badge types within our industry as well, kind of showcasing
right,
who is the best of the best. And if you don't go with OMG National, well, that certainly sucks. I hope you do. But in case you don't, here's what you should look for. You should look for an agency who is a Google partner, preferably a Google Premier partner, which is the highest certification within Google, the top
hmm.
of the top. You should look for that
And
meta
we are.
business. And we are, yes. And you
That's why
should
I'll
look
be here like, ding, we got that.
exactly. And you should look for the Meta Business Partner badge. These
Yeah,
are all badges that demonstrate how well we know those platforms and
yeah,
with our experience, how well we can bang on those platforms to put them to work for your advantage. So I think that just like understanding the performance of a website and knowing which reports to run and which scores to check, there are ways to measure this credibility for agencies. And I want to impart that on our audience such that they know if they're making a business decision, they're not picking, some guy that claims to be a marketer, but they're picking an actual
right.
credible partner to work with.
Right. Like they didn't even go through the work. And you mentioned two of the important badges, Google Premier and Meta. There are multiple platforms that have it. We're beyond that. Also, call tracking metrics badge. We have constant contact. We work with all of these different companies, but we work for them for years to prove the fact that we know what we're doing. And so, yes, it's important to make sure that the company itself that you choose that they have a credibility, they have a stamp of authority from someone else other than themselves. Okay, that's important, right? Because they're not self-proclaimed like we're the best. No, did Google say that you went through the process? Did Facebook tell you that you went through the process? All of these other things. And even beyond that, to be honest, beyond the company, the agency itself, what I'm happy we pride ourselves on, it's even back to the people. Do you have a team of people that put in the work? Because we have certified analysts beyond the badge. We have people that are certified in all of these different areas. Why? Because it's important to you as a business owner. You are entrusting your money to hopefully us, OMG, but to whatever agency. You want to make sure that the people that are there didn't just get hired because they filled out a resume and they were like, yeah, I want to work here and I'm trying to collect a salary. No, do you know what you're doing on these platforms? When I give you my money to manage my ad account, when I give you my money to manage my Google business profile, and we have product experts, we make our teams go through multiple trainings. That's not just from us, but from the other companies as well, so that they have the badge for that trust and that credibility. So that was a great point, Ajay. It's important.
Totally. I totally agree with that. And a lot of companies are out there misusing Google's badge, and they have it on their
Ooh.
website, and
Hmm.
they call companies, they tell them that they're going to bring them the sun and the moon, but then a week later, calls drop, leads drop, and they don't know what's going on. This is very risky too, because if you do get solicited by a company that claims to be a Google partner and isn't, that could affect negatively your campaign. I honestly, we are Premier partners. We've been Google partners for years now, but the
Years.
Premier badge, this is only given to 3% of the top advertising agencies in the United States. How
That's
many agencies are there in the United States?
thousands upon
Thousands.
thousands.
Thousands. So we're top three. We're no nonsense. We know the correct methodologies that Google itself gives us, right? We get access to exclusive beta programs. We have access to a rep directly with Google. And this is
Yeah.
something that you don't just get. This is something that you have to work for. You have to show and prove performance and ROI for the client. So just be careful out there. I've seen it a lot, and when I do see it, I report it. There is a way of reporting it.
Yeah, and
Um,
because one thing we focus on is the process too. And so Henry kind of told them a little bit just besides the people, because the people is very, very important. But what kind of process goes on at these agencies?
Sure. So a lot of times I know that when we get businesses from other agencies, I'm not going to mention any names, we get clients that have been burned, right? Clients that they start with us very cautiously because they know that marketing and advertising can be something very tricky and they've been burned in the past. You said it in the beginning. You stay in your lane, right? And when people don't understand something, they can be taken advantage of, and that's unfortunately the case with a lot of our small business clients. We work hard to regain their trust by educating them, by telling them how Google Ads, Google Business Profile, how local search or organic search actually works. We don't promise what we can't deliver. We can't guarantee success. Nobody can. And if you hear that from an agency, run, turn around and
Let's
run.
say that again, Henry, because that is so important.
If you hear that they're guaranteeing you success, turn around and run. You can't have that. You can't hear that. That Google is not something that we can control 100%. It's its own platform. We know the best practices. We know the best methodologies, but
Yeah,
there's no
Google themselves can't
guarantees.
even guarantee that. If you went to the CEO of Google right now and you were his best friends, like, hey man, I really want to get to the top of the search, he's probably going to say, well, you better put in the work, and because there's algorithms at play. So yeah, no one can guarantee you that. Got to do the work.
100% right. That's 100% right. So the process at OMG is to first be transparent, not promise what we can't deliver. We usually under promise and over deliver, which is the best way to do business. Then we learn about the business itself. We learn about their goals. We learn about where they want to be seen. We learn about their area, right? Because not every area is the same. I know that the towing vertical in Kentucky, right, is very, very niche, and a lot of people use social media to find and you know a good towing company. I know this because I worked in the towing industry for many years, but that's not the same in New York, right? People in New York that need emergency services, they're going to Google and they're clicking on the first thing that pops up. And things are different depending on the area and depending on the industry and depending on the goals. So understanding a business and their goals is paramount to then align them with the right products, right? So I think that the process that we have has been refined over 30 years of experience, right? And has led us to create some very, very competitive and high quality products and also
Awesome
affordable
products.
products. Right? Right, Ajay?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the products?
A
Yeah.
million
Tell them about
percent.
my baby.
So
Call him my baby, as they
this
said. I'm
is
chief
all
product
of our
officer, so
babies definitely as the
yes.
product department. But guys, the number one thing I want to say here to our audience listening is that a platform is not a product. This goes in all of our trainings. This goes to all of our staff. This goes to all of our clients. A platform is not a product.
So true.
What you do to the platform is the product. That's your Coke formula. And that's really where we shine at OMG National. If we could condense our philosophy about product into two words, it's product methodology. What is that system that we are deploying consistently and with great detail? And that the system is the same but tailored to different verticals. So we're accounting for industry specific variants. We're accounting for, like as Henry gave the situation with how the Kentucky towing market may have some variants from the New York towing market and user behavior there. We are adapting our methodology depending on the industry and depending on the location. But that overarching methodology, that vision is well known across all of our teams that work on the product. And it's constantly curated and updated with best practices. So if Google makes a change, it's funny. We're just talking. They made a change today to Google local services ads, and so we're making a change to our methodology to accommodate that change. But not only do you have a good Coke formula, but are you changing that formula based on what's happening? So a platform is not a product. What you do to the platform is the product. We embody the spirit because we have our own product department. That product department is staffed with product managers who then have staff under them that ensure that the vision and the updates and the methods are constantly being updated and communicated across our entire organization, eventually down to you, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, because we want you guys to be educated, like Henry said. We don't want to just be, a one-sided stream of communication telling you, telling you, telling you. We want it to be a two-way street where we give you the information, you digest the information, we have a conversation that then results in the continual flourishing of your business from your renewed understanding. So our
Right.
products under promise and over deliver. Henry said it. Our products are intentionally priced such that our SMB client base, small to medium sized businesses, are able to afford them. We are intentionally, guys, lowering our price to an affordable rate, and we're also baking that in with as much value as we can stuff for that price. So we're giving you a heck of a deal. We're throwing our best work, and we're really making it competitive and affordable. So you're not breaking the bank working with us. We've got different products of all flavors and shapes and sizes. So depending on what your budget is and where you are in your journey and what you need, we can certainly adapt at least one of our products to work for you that is considerate of where you are and how much you have to spend. We're not a one size fits all firm. Go ahead, Henry.
Right.
I love
I
that.
actually
Yep.
wanted it before. Oh, I
Please.
was saying before because you guys know when we start talking products, I get like 2 or 40 things that came in my head. But one of it just was with methodology, and I want to make sure that for everybody listening, when we say methodology is exactly what it sounds like, the method. Like what's the plan? So yes, going back to the broom. I have 3 kids, so I'm just always cleaning. I feel like, but back to the broom scenario, it's like, what's the plan? Are we gonna sweep this way first? What's the most effective way to get whatever it is done? And that's what the methodology is. It's like taking the tools, taking the people, taking the process, and saying, okay, what's the best way? What do we need to move? How do we move these pieces of the puzzle together to make it fit to get you the most for your money? The second part that I wanted to address was the money part. Yes, it's important for you to weigh your options. There are a lot of agencies out there, and I want to be careful as I say this, but cheaper isn't always necessarily better. I want you to always understand that cheaper isn't always necessarily better, and more expensive isn't necessarily better either. However, you have to be prepared to pay something. I have to put this out there because a lot of times SMBs or just companies, period, even if it's a new company or you've been established for a long time, sometimes there's an expectation that the price should be way down here for you to get here. The expectations, like if we just talk about this elephant in the room, sometimes the expectations are a bit higher for what you're willing to pay. And there's a saying that we have in the Caribbean. I'm originally from the Bahamas. And so we say, scared money don't make money. That's what we say. Scared money don't make money. I said, if you're scared to spend money, you're more than likely you're not going to make a lot of money because you have to understand it's an investment. Your business, you are investing in your business because you know you're going to get that return on your investment. So it's important for you to understand that you are going to have to spend money. when you use an agency, let's make sure you let it, it's not free. Just like you don't give, your services for free, you're doing something you expect to be compensated. It's the same with agencies, but they charge. The same way we charge. Why is that? Because of the people, because of the process, because of the product, right? And so I just wanted to make sure to put it out there that it's important that yes, here at OMG, we try to make sure that we can give you as much as possible for as low as we possibly can, but understanding that you have to show your skin in the game also. You have to be willing to say, this is my company. I'm willing to invest this because I know and this is where the trust comes in and the credibility for this agency or whoever you decide to work with, that I'm going to get 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 50 times my ROI on the investment that I make. So that's what I just want to throw in there. Sorry, Henry, go ahead.
No, it's excellent points. The money part is the most important part. If you pay a big ticket price for let's say a campaign that isn't generating the right leads, then you're leaving that company. You're gonna stop doing those ads. You need to look at what's going on. Um, when that doesn't align on our end, we look at and identify what's happening, right? If a campaign isn't performing, is it because the settings are off? Is it because the website is off? Or is it because the budget is off, right? And to your point, maybe there needs to be an increase in budget to get into those top spots with the competition
Right.
that is willing to pay that, top spot
Right. And
budget
that's
tier.
important right there.
Yeah,
That is important because you're not the only person advertising in your area for that service. And so it's competition.
right, right.
And just like the phrase "scared money don't make money," there's another phrase that comes to mind, which is "in life you get what you pay for." So I'm going to call out another elephant in the room. Just like we have thousands of success stories and happy customers, but another thing we have, unfortunately, a reality for any agency out there is you have happy customers who love you and who leave after a few years of working with you because they found the same product or a similar product at a lower price. Now, as Corinne said, there's a slider scale here where you have to balance expectations and reality. Now, if you're paying $200, $300 a month in a monthly management fee currently for a product, and if you're going over to someone who claims they can give you that same product or a very similar product for $87, sometimes just use your common sense truth detector, guys. Some things are in this life really are too good to be true. And one of those is
Yes.
someone dramatically undercutting a price for something that's giving you tremendous value. It's unlikely that someone is going to go in there sub $100, $80, $70 and give you a real Google Ads product. It's going to give you a Google Business Profile Management that's thorough and comprehensive, that encompasses a publishing strategy, a posting strategy that uses all of the latest and greatest best methodologies to get you where you need to be. And so not only does scared money not make money, but and then not only is a platform not a product, but the product is what you do to the product, but also you get what you pay for. So be wary of these price undercutters who are selling you junk essentially
Hmm. And
for
it
a
happens in every industry, right?
it
I mean,
does.
our
Yep.
towers see it in their area
Yep.
when a tower comes in undercutting prices. We hate it. They hate it. We hate it too. I mean, but that's
Yep.
something we can't control. It all should go back to experience and trust, right? And making sure that you vet the company that you're gonna work with. Um, I would also like to put out the feelers for OMG National. We are, in my opinion, the best marketing company in the country. We have the best marketing people in the country. Our entire staff is lives this, right? We're talking to people across the United States and Canada all day. We're running Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, Google
All
profiles
day.
all day.
We do it for
We
ourselves.
That's right. That's
And
right.
at
We do
work.
it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we need to all be sure about the work that we do.
Yeah.
Expertise is paramount, and Karain here is the expert of experts, our chief product officer.
Well, I wouldn't say expert of experts, but just like we said, to make sure, I've been doing this for a long time at this point. I know I don't look it. I won't even tell you guys my age, but yeah, we've been doing this for a very, very long time, and we're really built off of our people. I would say once you have a good group of people that know what they're doing, that have a passion for what they're doing. And that's exactly what we have here at OMG National. Every time we have a meeting, I'm always like, I love you guys. And I truly do. Like I see all of the ones that work at OMG. It's like, they're an extended part of my family. I spend time with them, almost as much time as I spend with my husband. Not almost, I spend more time, of course, at home. But but it's just to say, but we have this camaraderie, and I think that's important too. Sometimes you can get when you sometimes you sign up with an extremely large company. One of the things is it's so siloed. We say that as in they operate different. This department doesn't talk to this department. You say it when you're dealing with a J.C. Penney or any of those other big, huge things. It's like no department is talking to each other. But one thing I absolutely love here at OMG is that our people, we're so connected. Like all of the managers, we're meeting together constantly. Everybody kind of knows what everybody else is doing. If Google makes a change over here, everybody in Facebook land knows. This one, everyone knows, because it's important, and we truly value our SMBs, our clients, because we understand that they work hard for their money. And so I think that back to the expertise, the trust, the credibility, you have to have the right people working on your stuff.
Excellent. So I think we've reached our time here, team. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Corinne. You really made it a special episode.
Thank you guys for having me. I had fun. Maybe we do this again.
Awesome.
Definitely.
All right, we're gonna hold you to it. We're gonna no.
Next month.
Next month. All righty. Well, thank you, audience. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Jay and I are always humbled when we see the numbers of the pod. So please subscribe, like, share, comment, and visit omgnational.com for more information.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.